for me, it's a natural train of thought. But you're saying it wasn't for you.
For you, what's a natural train of thought?
In order to promote your craft in business or your...
Well, okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, whatever you're doing. Just, in my mind, in order to... a website's a huge tool to influence your craft. And I just think that's the next step to go when you want to really change gears.
Yeah. Maybe I would make a website, but it wouldn't be a well-designed Wix website. It would be slapped together a WordPress site or
on .tk.
Yeah, .tk, exactly.
Yeah.
Probably not even that.
Cool. That's my insight. That's my window. Excellent. So, I believe we're on 24, E24. Anyone can ask others to help with anything. You must request outside of the Bongo drive. We just went over this.
We're on F?
Yep, so now we're on F. Objective wealth. F25. Wealth is more potent than money. The former makes the latter, but not vice versa. So, wealth creates more money. Money does not create more wealth. Simple enough. F26. When members join our Bongo, we have more wealth because we have more minds for wealth building. And again, this is like potential energy as opposed to kinetic energy. What we're going to have as opposed to what we do have. F27. During a Bongo drive, work on wealth building decisions before money making decisions. And right there, that's planning for the future. That's honing in on foresight. And that's true quality assurance of your life. G, subjective ideals. G28. What is the reputation you desire to have the most after you die? If others cannot answer this question in a short sentence for you, they could not possibly know how to respect your ideals. Right on. G29. What are ideals for you in the next 12 months? Could everyone learn about them without your presence? Is that possible? Could people learn about my ideals without me being around?
If you have your profile and you tell people how to respect you.
In my profile?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just saying in my physical presence?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
And because most of us do not know how to articulate what our ideals are in their profile, that's why their friends don't really know how to respect them.
They don't know how. That's what we're here for. G30. What makes you happy the next 4 weeks? Could everyone learn about it without your presence? G31. What is your top priority in the next 7 days? You could do anything, but you can achieve only one big thing at a time. What is it this week? Did you learn? Did you let everyone know about it?
31 is difficult to understand. I discovered when Alex gave me his feedback. 31 is more about what you want to do how you want to do it rather than what you want to do. So what do you want to do in the next 7 days to make you happy in the next 4 weeks is the idea of 31.
It's not really clear. It seems like two totally separate questions.
That's why I'm trying to clarify the meaning of 31.
I see it now because you said what makes you happy in the next 4 weeks, and then what is your top priority in the next 7 days. But it sort of sounds like you're asking what makes you happy in the next 4 weeks, and then what makes you happy in the next.
Oh,
So-
I hear it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
what makes you happy in the next 12 months, and then what makes you happy in the next 4 weeks, and what makes you happy in the
I
next
did
7
not
weeks.
realize that confusion until he argued with me about 31.
So
I don't remember
29 is
arguing
about
with you about that.
goals, right? 30 is about goals, and 31 is about process.
Yes. To get there.
And that can be made clear when we get to editing it.
Yes.
Excellent. Anything to say about G?
From G,
Yeah.
I came up with the last chapter.
Okay.
Because of G in this appendix, which is connected to chapter 8,
Mhm.
I try to figure out what to write for this meeting before the meeting.
This process.
Yes.
I think that the last 3 numbers are a really good thing to consider for everyone in the group in order to stay on the right track. Well, actually, the whole thing, all of G. So I like that it's in there.
Maybe G is something else that we put on for that page that we're saying when people are building up their bongo. That's one of the first steps.
G is highlighted by the phrase personal ideals, and that's the bottom line for everything you do in Muslim.
In
Right
your
on.
life.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. It's mutual agreement. H. Reprioritization rules. During a bongo gathering, anyone can casually request to turn the gathering into an informal workshop to focus all human resources on making something together immediately. Anyone can vote against the request if it is impossible to produce the expected result before the meeting is over. You can turn H34. You can turn any bongo gathering into a workshop, but you cannot turn any bongo workshop into a bongo gathering. H35. You cannot turn any bongo gathering or bongo workshop into a bongo drive, which requires everyone to do homework ahead of time. It's pretty straightforward.
Good.
Yeah.
I thought you could always turn it into a bongo workshop. Did you change that?
I think so, yeah. I thought about it, and
It's different from last time I read it.
we should not turn Bongo Drive in. We should not downgrade Bongo Drive.
No. Right. Agreed.
Oh, my mistake. I misread it. I recalled you saying that you can start a bongo workshop anytime you're in a bongo gathering
Yes.
of any kind. I for a second I thought you were saying that you can only go into bongo workshop if you were in a bongo gathering, but not in a bongo drive. But I
Oh,
just read
okay.
it wrong.
Right on. J. Workshop rules. During a bongo workshop, all participants must work together on the main project. J37. While being with others for the main project, you cannot work on a side project, especially the work you can do by yourself without help from others. All right. K. Rules for Bongo Drive. K38. The agenda for a Bongo Drive must be set in stone before the meeting day. K39. Each item on the agenda must be a question to be answered by participants in the meeting. K40. The Bongo Drive should take place on a professional workday. It should not begin within the first 30 minutes, reserved for agenda clarification. K41. The Bongo Drive must end before the last hour of the workday, reserved for documentation and other follow-up activities. K42. Participants should address agenda questions in the following order: relation building, wealth building, money making, then all others. K43. Participants must adhere to FMS and reciprocation rules as presented earlier. Okay. Nice, that ties in pretty neatly.
Your overall feedback for appendix 21.
Appendix 21 is the how for any group to move an idea forward in a systematic manner. And the how is also the way. And if people just have the will for something, the what for something, then this is a great way to be hyper productive.
You say for an idea, but I would claim that it applies for a group. Everything you say is even more powerful when you replace an idea instead of an idea, you say a group.
Can you elaborate?
Yes. These rules in Appendix 21 cannot replace how you push an idea forward in the past necessarily. These rules show you how to operate in a group where personal ideals are priority number one, which did not exist in the past in any community.
So Appendix 21 teaches people how to chase after their own ideals within the group.
Yes. There is no such a group model in the past. And that's why Bongo is perhaps the most creative concept our group ever created so far.
Interesting.
Divine may think that, or Professor Mr. Pratt may think that we're trying to improve an existing process. But I claim that no, this is a new process for a new type of friend group that you did not have before and you could not imagine to have before.
Impressive.
Elaborate for viewers to understand your thoughts behind that reaction.
Well, I'm more used to groups and teams being made to go after one goal. You know, football, you know, your debate team, you know, anything in athletics and academics usually has one priority.
Chess club, Ryzen club, bicycle club, BMX club.
Fillmore Club, right, all of that. But one person from each of those clubs can come into a Bongo group and figure out how to support each other's ideals.
Such that the relation that you build with those people can last a lifetime rather than you stop interacting with BMX guys after you lose your interest with BMX.
That's pretty true.
And that's how you lose a lot of resources in your youth.
Mm-hmm.
You build up many relations, but
Within one particular ideal system. Right?
so you cannot reuse your social capital.
But instead you find people with different skill sets. Instead of necessarily climbing your way up the ladder, it's less of a ladder now.
Yes, because the group is designed to adapt to your changing ideals,
Mm-hmm.
which is not possible in any type of group before this year.
Sounds cool. It's gonna be a much different way than like TikTok houses, you know? Where it's almost like a competition, you know? Sure, they want to see each other do well, but this is different. It's like people still want to be the best.
The difference between Bongo process and social media process is that we emphasize in-person interaction more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's much more longer lasting than social media process, because after a while you lose interest in whatever online circles you have.
It's such a new idea.
It's a great idea.
I'm about it.